It is an environmental meltdown. 11 million gallons of raw sewage, human waste, accidentally released into our rivers and streets after the storm knocked out power to dozens of lift stations, according to JEA.
And because E. coli can make you extremely sick, even cause anemia and kidney failure, the I-team worked with a local laboratory to test the water for ourselves for E. coli. Now, we went to communities last Thursday where large amounts of sewage spilled, and we compared those results with the results taken by JEA immediately after the hurricane. The good news is that the raw sewage levels are decreasing, but fecal coliform is still very present in many of our waterways. This is what hundreds of thousands of gallons of raw sewage looks like before it's treated by JEA. The human waste emitting an awful stench that all of us flush and forget. Now just imagine the same raw sewage spilling into streams and onto Jacksonville roads. It's exactly what happened when Hurricane Matthew knocked out power to 5% of JEA's lift stations.
And we have at least 67 known conditions of that were associated with the hurricane.
The I-team took a closer look into what happened at 3 JEA lift stations, which discharged large amounts of sewage to examine the potential environmental impact. Here off Alachua Road on the west side, near Ed White High School, 848,000 gallons of sewage spilled into Wills Branch Creek, according to JEA. JEA's allowable level of fecal coliform in streams equates to a score of 800, but the utilities test reveals the stream scored 5,300 for the presence of E. coli 3 days after the storm. At this West Side Creek near 118th Street, JEA reported 196,000 gallons of raw sewage spilling into the nearby neighborhood. JEA scored the fecal bacteria levels at 4,900, again well above the allowable score of 800. And at this lift station off Bradley Drive, where 288,000 gallons of raw sewage spilled, JEA scored Jones Creek at 2,300 on October 11th.
And if the water is quiescent, not moving, it obviously takes longer for an event to clear up. In an extreme storm condition like we just had, they clear up relatively rapidly because there's a lot of water in the system.
JEA spokesman Paul Steinbrecher says the human waste naturally dilutes over time, depending on the climate, the rainfall, and the rate of the flowing water. So just how long does the environmental impact last? We teamed up with advanced environmental laboratories and found there's no easy answer.
Right now we're testing for a fecal E. coli bacteria strain.
Technician David Hindman returned to the same sites 5 days after JEA to test the polluted waters once again.
It's definitely an invisible enemy. You're not going to be able to know from sight, taste, smell.
Test results reveal the levels of fecal bacteria had dropped dramatically at all 3 sites. But further downstream from Wills Creek, the pollution persists. JEA reports fecal bacterial levels at 4,800. Even though the impact site was clear, the sewage may have moved.
We have to run these within 8 hours.
We spoke with the owner of Advanced Environmental Labs, Chuck Jed, who says there are a number of factors that come into play.
With the large volume of discharge that occurred after the storm, it could have diluted out, thus giving maybe smaller pockets, or it could have released and kept going straight out, whether it be to the river, depending on where the tributary was ending up.
We also conducted our own test with this home test kit that we purchased from Home Depot. It's designed to test drinking water, but it will indicate the presence of fecal coliform. It's a relatively simple process. All you have to do is carefully follow the directions and, of course, wear latex gloves for your own protection. After letting this vial incubate for 48 hours as instructed, the yellow coloring with bubbles identifies the presence of fecal coliform. What's your message to the public after millions of gallons of raw sewage escaped?
That we're going to focus on those pump stations and that we're going to get better.
JEA officials admit that changes need to be made to the design of their pump stations. So if a hurricane hits again, the stations can continue to move the city's sewage. JEA says that 66 that the 66 of 67 sites that lost power and spilled 11 million gallons of sewage have returned to pre-storm conditions, meaning that the warnings have been lifted. But keep in mind, in almost every body of water in Jacksonville, there are allowable amounts of fecal coliform, and the chances that that bacteria is in the water is pretty high.
Well, Tart, lots of folks were just so surprised to find out that this many generators could have failed in the first place. So is there a plan from JEA moving forward about these generators? And of course, tens of thousands of JEA customers really concerned. Is this going to impact their monthly bill?
The short answer is yes. If you are a JEA customer and JEA decides to purchase possibly hundreds of backup generators, then they're probably going to have to pass on that cost to the customer. Of course, JEA will have to decide that, but the short answer is yes, your bill could go up if they decide to move forward with more backup generators.
And that at-home test kit you had, it looked pretty easy to use. You can just go get that at Home Depot. How much?
It is, and it's actually pretty compact too as well. It's pretty small. It's like 30 bucks.
Wow.
It's made for drinking water and tests for a number of things, not just fecal coliform bacteria, but you can also test for lead and pesticides in your water. And we have more information on this test kit right now on news4jax.com. You can also find an interactive map showing all the JEA lift station failures that spilled raw sewage into our waterways, into our streets. Just look for the story on the homepage of news4jax.com.